Okay, welcome back to these free exercise bike videos. If you were following them in the past, there's a couple seasons of them. I'm doing them again because winter hit, and once again, we're kind of stuck inside. And to kind of fight that seasonal depression, this is the next best thing. So jump on your bike and start rotating those feet. I haven't forgotten about who owns the word spin. It's not me. So let's go ahead and get a healthy cadence here of, around, I would say like 80, 85. And the way to know is if I were counting out like this, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. That's 80 for the tempo or the cadence of your feet. That's what we'll focus on today is cadence, which is your feet spinning in circles. The more you can keep that consistent throughout this ride, the better. And we're coming up on our first effort here. You'll notice the top right of the screen. Top right, I have these zones, and these zones are, I think it's like this way. I'll point this way. The zones are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The way that works is 1's really easy, 2 is a little bit harder, etc., etc. 6 is where you can barely move your feet. So I like to tell people that zone 3, it's kind of like walking up stairs with some groceries in your hands. And zone 4 is like running, right? Zone 5 would be something that you would not want to be doing for more than a minute, probably 30 seconds at best. So thanks again for hopping on. I'll try to do these more frequently. I have simplified the setup quite a bit to make these easier to make. So this process hopefully makes them more fun to watch, and I'll put it so it's backwards facing me. One of these was the one I used, and now I don't know which one it is. It's not that one. Hold on. Well, 7 seconds here. They keep changing the settings on this app. So this is a free app. Okay, increase the effort. Going up to that zone 2, which is going to be harder, okay? If I can find the camera angle that looks backwards. I guess it doesn't exist anymore. Man, It's probably this one, but I want it zoomed out, Well, look at me figuring out this system here. And I tell you what, I wish I could just remove the rider. I think 6 was the best option at the time. Okay, so we're almost to this effort here. It's not very long. 19 seconds left. Just watch me fiddling around on this app. Maybe 2. Nope. 3. No. 4. No. 5. You know what? We're gonna leave it here and just deal with it, okay? I'm gonna get you guys sick if I keep doing this anymore. This is where we start kind of cranking up our numbers a bit for a minute. So for watts, I've done what's called the VO2 max test. So I do know my overall effort. You don't have to know that, but what can be helpful is if you do know it at some point, so you can track how much power you're putting down. And apologize as I sit here and try to figure out what I can do with this system. There we go. I didn't want those people's names on the side. Okay. We're gonna keep going. You notice that our cadence has maintained that 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep it going for a minute. This next effort is really hard. We're gonna be all up to zone 5. So we're gonna go way up to that really hard one. So let's double down here and reach that 300 watts. And this should feel like you can't sustain it, okay? It should feel bad. It should hurt. That means you're doing it right, okay? So let's push through this 1 minute, and then we'll have a resting period of 1 minute. Okay, so come on. Give me some good pedal strokes here as we power through this. And the goal here is to do your best, but don't overdo it. I might be overdoing it here, but let's keep going. 10 seconds. Holy moly. Oh, I'm out of shape, guys. Okay, bring it back. We're resetting here. Relax your shoulders. Relax your hands. It's crazy how much tension we hold in our hands while biking. Also in our shoulders as well. So if you followed in the past, this bike's a bit different than I'm using. It's a smart trainer. And this app I'm using is called mywhoosh. And mywhoosh is free. It has some paid stuff, but I've never used them. I think they're an excellent app. As far as the overall quality of the service, it's incredible. I mean, I hope they keep doing it because I like it. But you can also use this app for free on a phone or an iPad that's newer than the 3rd generation. All right, here we go. Let's go up to that zone 3. So it's gonna start cranking up. What this smart trainer does is no different than what your bike does. The only difference is I'm not cranking on a physical dial. I'm just pedaling and it thinks for me while connected via Bluetooth to my iPad. So it's not really that complex, but it does require a connection between the two. So for your efforts, just know that this should be hard right now, okay? Once again, I'm really happy you guys all have had these videos for free, access to them to kind of do this in the winter or all the time. I mean, I'm not charging people to watch these and I'm not making any money on them. So it's all out of the goodness of myself, my own heart. I got minute 44 left on this segment. And, you know, I'm going to keep going wherever this is telling me to go, which is Kappenberg, looks like. So this app will let you download like a map, and then you kind of ride as if you were there. So it has little hills and stuff, and honestly, it's pretty cool, but I just like that it's free. I was paying for a service called Zwift, and even though it was highly acclaimed by everyone I know, I didn't like paying for it. And, you know, that was a tough thing to pay every month for something just to exercise at home. So don't want to do that. So, okay. We are coming up on we're under the minute mark. So that's good. Oh man. And for me, I like the smart trainer because it keeps me honest with how hard I'm pushing. You don't need one to ride an exercise bike, but I think if you want to see improvements over time, it does help a little bit. Okay. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9. Okay. And you'll notice that I'm trying to collect these stars on the chart, and that just as a way of knowing I got 100%. Perfect. Okay. I wish I could zoom out, but I can't. Okay. Okay, this rest period is needed because the next section is going to be hard. It's 4 minutes long, and we're gonna power through this section. It's going to gradually increase, and it's going to whoop our butts. I mean, I'm not some young guy like I used to be, so I'm getting fat and tired, and reprising this series is more of a fight against the fat and the idleness of winter. So I do this during lunch or in the evening, and that's it. I don't let it interrupt my work or my focus. But here comes this first segment here, okay? 188 watts is zone 2 for me, okay? And I never understood the zone thing. And to be honest, I still don't really care. But it is an easy way to tell someone how hard you're working. And if you went from easiest to hardest, it's kind of like a grade point average. Like zone 6 is like so incredibly hard that it's incredible. So it's like an A plus, of effort. Then you have an A minus, B plus, B minus. Because I don't think going down to a C grade level on our efforts is ever warranted, because a C means you're sitting on the couch doing nothing. So I think zone 1 is comfortably like a B minus, right? Who knows? Just making this up. You will notice that if you follow other videos, for the most part on YouTube, people are pretty honest, but a lot of people are faking the effort to talk. And I'm making it blatantly apparent that this is not fake. So if you're worried about AI or being lied to or having full transparency, you're getting the real me here. There's no one that owns this. It's just me. And over the years, I've just grown to love having this as an exercise outlet for me. I have a really flat feet. I sink in water. I'm good at swimming, but I can't swim as like exercise because it's just, my bones just sink. I'm heavy. And then I don't like running because my feet get hurt because they're flat. So calm excuses, but the pain that I feel from running and walking too much is real, and it hurts. So, well, let's keep going. So, how are you guys doing? It's a one-way conversation, but I feel like sometimes it's not. I see comments come through, and over the past couple of years, people have asked me to reprise this series, and there's only like a couple people that actually follow these, I'm sure, but those people matter, and you're helping me get through the winter, so thank you. Oh man. So it gets kind of harder. So we're going to zone 3. It's going to start grazing some zone 4 if I keep pushing, because 245 watts it's a lot of watts. And my wattage numbers are different than yours because it's based on the amount of sustained effort you can do over like a sprint or something, like a minute or something. I don't even know. But normally you take a test and you try to figure out what your VO2 max is, your maximum lung capacity to muscle ratio or something. And all these bike nerds and athletes, know theirs and, keep them secret, so they can't get beat in races. But here I am, just a average middle-aged dad in the basement, just trying to stay healthy, guys. All right, we get that break. We just earned it. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Okay. All right, so the reason I stopped making these was not because I didn't want to. It was more of it's competing with my time. So we had a second child, and having a newborn, you just don't have the headspace to work on other things. And now that he's a lot bigger now, he's like almost 4, I kind of feel comfortable enough to make these. And in the past ones, you probably saw in a couple, like a baby monitor on the handlebars and stuff. And, I was trying to do it while having little kids. And to any new parents out there, don't let that discourage you from actually exercising. I still was exercising, but creating these videos is a different beast, because you're not only exercising, but you're performing to a degree. I can't just sit here and maybe I can just sit here and exercise. I don't know. But you wouldn't want to just watch me do this. Okay, I've got to banter a little bit. All right, so we have 4 minutes on this effort. We're already into it 30 seconds because of my jabbering, but I want you guys to focus on that cadence once again. So that number above my head right here is my cadence. It's the number of times the feet go around per minute. And the higher that number is, the higher your cadence is. And everyone's gonna have a different number. So I tell people 60 to 80 is like pretty good. Like if you're doing 60 rotations per minute to 80, you can ride up anything. And it's kind of like a car, like an old stick shift. Like 60 RPMs is kind of like 2,000 RPMs in an engine. And then 80,000 is like 3,000 RPMs. It's comfortable, but you do burn a bit more gas, but you can do more with it. And then when you get up to like 90, 100, you have a lot of potential energy, like torque, to go up steep hills and things like that, but you burn out quicker because you're moving more. And there's a lot of theories on like a high cadence wins races and this and that. And it depends. The cadence has to be relative to the amount of watts going out. And I like a lower cadence with high watts, which is equal to a high cadence of equal watts, so pick your poison. But I would agree that over long sustained climbs like this one, a sweet spot is the middle of like 75 to 85, just to keep that momentum going. It's a lot easier to keep an object in motion than to start one up that's slower. And this is Jordan science, so don't take it as gospel or as science even. Okay? Whew. Okay. Oh, we got another minute 20 on this effort, and we're comfortably in zone 2 up to zone 3. This isn't that hard of a ride, but it is strenuous. It's gonna make you sweat. So let's give this a go, come on. And I tried recording one of these rides yesterday after work. It was about 6 o'clock in the evening, and I was doing it, and I had the green screen behind me taped up. And as I was going, I noticed there was some material that had fallen on the ground, and I hadn't realized it, but halfway through the ride, the green screen had fallen down. And I was devastated. I was like, man, I just spent all this time on this video and it doesn't work. I could post it, but it was a good trial run to get back into doing this video. So I won't post that one, but it's kind of funny watching it fall down on the footage. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But you know what? It's, for me, exercise regardless. So, and then I don't want to put crap out there. So trying to keep these high quality. So we're blasting past these people on this race though. So every person you see in this app on a bike is a real person. It's kind of crazy. Like they're real people riding. So every time we pass somebody, we're actually passing somebody. because they're on a smart trainer too. So kind of a cool little video game type environment. But geez, dude, I am so super tired. So I'm gonna strap down and get this 2 minutes, 20 seconds finished. And once again, relax those hands, the shoulders, kind of let those elbows relax. I tend to lock up sometimes like this, and you get all hunchbacky and you can't breathe. So open the chest up. Okay. We have got a break here. Thank goodness, it's a 3-minute, 187 watts. Doesn't mean it's super easy, but it's zone 2. So it's like walking quickly. But I am sweating like crazy. Whew, that's a good sign. So one thing I like to look for in these exercises is sweat. Sweat is the defining attribute of good exercise is sweat. If you're not sweating, you're not exercising. Yeah, you could be moving around, but my definition of a real workout is when I can see sweat pouring off of me. And that's important for me to know my effort level. The watts and stuff is helpful only if it's accompanied by the matched effort. And I think sweating is the easiest way to tell how hard you're working. Whew, man. Okay. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so lots changed since I posted the last videos. Well, not that much, but a lot also. Still mountain biking, but it's more family focused and getting out with the kids and stuff. So I've been trying to be a good dad and do things with our kids. And we bought our son a really cool mountain bike. And proud to say that this summer he learned how to ride it. So, he's 6 years old and super proud of him. Proud of him for being able to ride his bike. And, for me, it's been a lifelong thing to ride my bike. It brings me happiness, feels safe, and it's fun with people. This is not super fun being in your basement on a bike, talking to a camera, but in all honesty, it's more fun having people to share it with than just doing it alone. And I'm not really a person that likes to do activities alone, so thanks for watching. Okay. Oh man. We are coming up on the next effort of 199 watts, and that's going to be a little bit more challenging. Okay. Zone 2. We're going to creep up into zone 3 as we get through that next one. 24 minutes through, guys. That's pretty good. In the past, I just had a picture behind me. I don't know if this is good or bad for you, like watching it this way, but for me, it's easy because I can just take the iPad screen recording and throw it behind me, and then just overlay myself on it, key out the green screen, I'm good to go. So one thing that's funny, I was going to tell you, I forgot. So when the screen fell down yesterday, I was like, I got to find a better solution for this. And I was thinking, I was like, I could like buy a system that like pulls down from the ceiling. And I was looking at all these different options. Like, geez, I don't want to spend money. Groceries cost like a ton of money already. I don't want to buy more stuff. So I did some digging and figured out I could just Velcro the green screen to the wall. I was like, I could just stick Velcro on the wall and be good to go. So went to the store, bought Velcro, got home, then remembered, wait a second, I have like curtain rods from COVID that I installed for a at-home studio thing for clients, for video. I was gonna put a curtain rod behind me. So mounted the curtain rod posts up behind me, draped the green screen cloth over it, and it's perfect. It's not falling down. So awesome. So I think the next thing is just taping it to the rod so I can roll it up. But overall, it's awesome. So it's a lot better setup than what I had before. And that's just because with time you kind of iterate on things, and I think iteration is essential for improvement. Doesn't mean I like iteration, by the way. Doesn't mean I enjoy the process of finding something. It's incredibly stressful. But this, having a break from it, coming back to it, a much better process now. The process before required all sorts of noise removal and didn't ever sound good. Technology is crazy. It's gotten so much better in the past 5 years. Even from when I started making these videos, it's kind of astounding how good some of the tech's become in video. And AI is definitely something looming over me all the time. I'm trying to figure out how to escape the anvil of career development that it represents hanging over my head. But I think all of us are in the same boat. So I'm not as worried as some might be, just because I know you're in the same boat as me. And if you're claiming that it doesn't affect you, you just haven't seen it yet. It's definitely affected me. AI has made people have different expectations than they had before on how things are made and the creative process. And the frustrating thing for me isn't that people are wrong. It's that there has been no recalibration to what's actually feasible versus what's expected. And it's kind of like when the invention of the car came out and people were like, dude, we can get rid of our horses. This is amazing. Let's go. We can do anything with this car. But then the car would break down. And then it would require maintenance and all sorts of things. And all the things that were non-essential for a horse became essential for a car. And if you were to even go back 100 years, you would still be reluctant to say that cars are replacing everything, knowing what you know from then to now. They did. Whew, am I even making sense? Okay, so the last of this effort was up to 187. This is an easier ending to this ride, but we've got to push, guys. Come on. Whew. But I think the parallel that I've been kind of drawing for myself to technological leaps and things is the telegraph was very well known and used, and it was essentially an input method for communication. And as you tap on your phone screen asking ChatGPT something, are you not sending the same signals to that? You're tapping letters, which are being encoded into a system that's translating it out. And I would say that the response is an echo of what you said back. So it does create feedback loops and things like that. But the analogy I would use is when the invention of the telephone came out, you could pick up a device and actually talk and hear someone else on the other side. And that actually changed how people communicate. I don't think AI in its current state is changing how people communicate, but it's becoming a barrier for some people who have expectations of the technology, because it looks and feels like how a telephone would feel when it was invented, but it's not the same. You're not interacting with a real thinking being. You're talking to a calculator. Okay, so something to keep in mind. Okay, enough pragmatism there. We're almost done with this ride. 2 minutes left. That's 30 minutes. Boy, that flew by. Didn't even turn my music on. I'm so focused on analyzing AI today, I guess. Okay. Oh, I'm sweating, guys. I'm sweating. But I will say that this was better than yesterday. Yesterday's was rough. I was a sweaty mess, and I was having trouble getting the iPad app to work. Turned out I needed to put batteries in my bike. That was the problem. So, user error. Relax those shoulders. Shake out those hands. Looks like the echo's trying to talk to me. Oh man, I'm sweating like crazy. Another minute and 30, okay? Don't give up on me at the end here. We can make it through. Just keep pushing, okay? And that's just me talking to myself. Let's go. Come on. Holy moly. And I will say I have gained like 25 pounds since the last video. So if you can't tell, I'm swollen and fat. So if you're there with me, let's get it together. Let's fight that fat and get our cardiovascular health back. And that's a big deal. I think heart health is the most important area of health. There's mental health, physical health, and heart health falls under physical, but heart health is the only thing that's keeping you alive. Everything else is in addition to your heart beating, right? So it's important that you take care of it. It will take care of you. It's hard to do these days with stress and stuff. So give yourself a pat on the back. If you're doing this still, if you're at 32 minutes with me, you're doing it for yourself. Okay. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right. We did it. Great job. Now I can wind down. We'll do a quick stretching session, okay? So let's release the resistance off your bike. So it's just floating. Okay? And let's bring our feet slowly to a stop. And I'm going to start by keeping my feet clipped in. And I'm going to drop my left foot down and stretch out that calf. So let's do a stretch. That left calf, drop your heel down. Let's count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, let's swap feet here. Rotate the other leg back. Drop that right heel down and give yourself the same stretch. We'll do 15 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 seconds. There we go. Okay, now we're going to come up, left leg back, and we're going to put both heels down, go into your elbows, and start pushing those heels down. All right, 1, 2, 15 seconds, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, go ahead and unclip. Stand on the ground. Pull that right leg up. 3, 4, 5. Push the heel in and pull the toe back. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Other leg. Pull it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Bring it back down. Okay, do some more stretches on your own, whatever you need to stretch out. Thanks for following along today, and I'll see you on the next one. And this one should go up. I didn't have the green screen fall down, so it's still working. So thanks for following, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.